All right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back, Saggies. Sorry, I got to move decks around so I got some space. All right, let's get into this. We're just going to ask the question, what would the universe want Sag to know about the topic of love right now? We have got the Nine of Wands. Um, Wounded warrior energy, but it's time to kind of like, um, not saying, oh, it's time to get over any wounds, but it's time to remove things that cause wounds. It's time to remove the stuff that is, unnecessarily like clogging up Sagi's energy, making them hurt. This could be memories. This could be, sometimes we hold on to mementos. Then every time we look at that item, was like, it, makes us weep. Maybe it's time, we don't have to get rid of stuff, but maybe it's time to put things away that, instantly create big emotion that like how you don't rub a bruise, right? You don't want to put pressure on a bruise. It's already something that was wounded. Let it heal, let it be for a bit. So putting away thoughts, putting away, somebody's been listening to that song on repeat that's like, oh, I remember that makes me think of my ex, and then I wind up crying. Maybe don't listen to that song. Maybe change the album, in the player. Make sure that's not the track that comes on first. We have a Page of Cups. We have a King of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so Sag, this says if Sag were to put away the things that hurt them, it might be a surprise that they start paying a little bit more attention, or when they move things away, that they notice that there's something else much more appealing that has been there all this time but's been cluttered up. So it could be a person. I'm literally picturing, it's really hard to notice anybody else if we're living in our mental headspace and our world of pain. If Sag were to put away some things that kept stirring up old wounds, what they just might discover, surprisingly, is that there has been someone else trying to catch Sag's attention for a while now. Now there could also be, let me put it this way, say Sag is still dealing with a person, and say Sag keeps feeling wounded by something, maybe something that their own partner said, or maybe something external to that, but it's been bothering them. Maybe something else in Sag's world had been bothering them. If they can move that off the plate for a second, what they might surprisingly notice is that, actually, my partner shows me in a lot of ways how much they care for me, but maybe I was overlooking it because I had been wounded by something else. Like a prime example of this would be, let's say somebody that we care about, a friend at work, suddenly has turned from friend to frenemy. And that always sucks, of course. But letting go of that when we get home so we can run into our partner's arms, that could be really amazing because they might be our safe haven. We might even decide, oh, this is way better than me stressing out about that situation. In fact, if anything, they had maybe been worried about me. My partner's been loving me and worried about me. And maybe I haven't been paying enough attention to their stresses and struggles either, and how worried they've been about me. So there is this energy. The other way I would say this is if somebody had hurt Sag, and Sag could maybe get a little bit of like reliving that pain out of their way, and they meet somebody new, they might realize that this somebody new has been kind of there for a while, hoping that someday Sag would notice them, worried Sag might never. So there's, all I can say is that there's good stuff right there next to Sag, or right in their environment, that their tear blinded eyes have not been able to see. That's the message that we've got on this particular story for this fictional character, which I think is such a great message because it is so easy to be oblivious. Gosh, I have to say, Sag paying attention more to the things that they had been bothered by was in turn stressing out and causing a sense of helplessness in somebody else, in this King of Cups, who would like to offer something beautiful to Sag, but kind of was starting to give up hope that Sag would ever notice them, or that Sag was going to kind of come back to them in the event this is the storyline where Sag is still with a partner, but something external had been, bringing down their vibe, and they had kind of been ignoring the fact that their partner is their safe haven. it's a wonderful thing to be able to see this again. So if Sag is already in a partnership, they might start making a boundary between external stuff that's problematic and their partner, so they can really protect their partnership more. On the other hand, if this is Sag needs to put distance between like their emotions about an ex and their ability to see that there's somebody else right there in the wings who would just love a chance to get to know Sag, that could be a really beautiful like awakening the Sag didn't even know was right there at their fingertips. We got the Six of Swords. It is sideways, so it all depends on how Sag moves forward, what they choose to move forward from or with, how they choose to handle things. It's of course up to them. And it doesn't mean, if Sag had a really sad thing that happened, it doesn't mean that they're going to all of a sudden just like not think about that anymore and just be, okay, yep, I'm ready to love this brand new person. Let's go. Or sure, I'll never talk about anything that bothers me at work again because I don't want to taint the relationship that I have with my partner. Obviously, this is not a snap of the fingers. I'm over whatever caused me grief. I'm over whatever loss. It's not going to be so extreme as that because we're not magicians. We can't snap our fingers and abracadabra stuff out or into our lives. But making a concentrated effort to look around and say, wait a second, what's good? What's good? Tell me something good. Sashaka Khan, tell me something good. Tell me that you love me. Yeah. Love that song. I feel like it's time that and in this story, it's time for Sag to like notice that there is somebody else. We have a Six of Pentacles. It is, as I say, it's time. I think Sag might even be surprised that they could be a little bit like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was hurting your feelings by ignoring you. Or let's say this, when we're in a really bad mood and, instead of coming home and like, say dogs are so expressive. So I'll use this as an example. You have a bad day and you come home from work and you're still just in a crappy mood and your happy little dog is there to greet you and you just ignore him. Don't even say hello to him. Don't give him a pet because you're still in a bad mood and you're just in your own head. Like their little puppy dog eyes just get so sad. It's the same thing. We wouldn't do that to our pet, right? But internally, a human may not show the same body language or look in their eyes, but they might be feeling just the same way. God, I was hoping, I couldn't wait to see you when you got home, but then you walked in the door and you weren't happy to see me. That impacts a partner or that impacts anybody, our family, our friends. So there's this real sweet energy here of saying, Sag, no matter the stress that Sag has been through, and this is not to take away what they've been through, right? Or what journey they're still on to heal. But just know that other people need you too, Sag. They need your smiles. They need you to notice them. They need you in their life too. And their life is better for having you in it. So I think that that's a really nice message that is maybe forgotten all too often. Because we forget that we are the sunshine in somebody's life also. Any other messages on this? We've got an Ace of Wands. If there's going to be passion in any area of life, make it be passion to have harmony, to have joy. We got a Three of Cups and we got the Magician. I think if Sag rearranges a little bit of their focus onto, like I said, the relationship that's already a part of their life, somebody that is either there waiting to have a relationship with them or someone who is already interested in Sag, the big message here is that is so well worth Sag paying more attention to this other person or to the relationship that they already have. Make that be the thing that you fight for. Make that be the thing that you look forward to and enjoy. Make that be the highlight of a day. There is a chance for incredible passion and love and support and a relationship that could really flourish. But right now in this story, it's actually Sag that has to be more of a participant for this relationship to flourish. They have to let go of or move away from whatever this was that was still causing them grief. If it, like I say, if it was memories of an ex, that is impeding Sag having a really loving, amazing relationship with that King of Cups who wants Sag very much. Like that's all they want is for Sag to notice them, you know, be present with me, let go of that stone, forget about your ex and see me instead, see all the love that I've got. What's that song? Open up your eyes. Here I stand with my everlasting love. Yeah, it just feels like somebody would give anything for Sag to see them and, you know, not cry over some other connection of their past. So it's kind of a gentle, supportive message. I hope it sounds that way anyway and not bossy, because this felt really nice and this felt really sweet. But Sag is so much more important to somebody than Sag knows. So I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I really appreciate you guys. Take care.